Hello, King's employees, and welcome to your very first online webinar for wellness. So we will be providing a new one each month within our newsletters at the first of each month. And each of our webinars will be on a topic that pertains to your individual health and wellness. So next month, we will be discussing the popular topic of exercise and how to program your own routines for yourself. However, today our Lunch and Learn will be going over basic introduction to wellness. So questions like, what is wellness? Why should I be healthy and what are the benefits? What do current wellness statistics look like and am I one of the statistics? And finally, how is Across the Board here to help? And how are we working with Kings? So we need to define wellness. I know many of you have probably heard of wellness or have heard about it being a huge topic in the news lately, but what exactly is wellness? Many of us think of it as just exercising and eating right, and that's part of the equation, but true wellness encompasses 6 different aspects. And the first 2 I want to go over are ones that you may not be familiar with, and the first is spiritual. So some of you may not be religious, however, spiritual wellness is a big important topic within these 6 components. You know, you may believe in a different God and you may have separate beliefs, but it's something we will talk about later in the year. Now, lifestyle choices are things like what your day-to-day decisions are like. What kind of decisions are you making towards your own well-being and being healthier? And then we have more of the familiar aspects like physical wellness. So these are things like exercise and nutrition and how healthy are you physically. Then we have emotional wellness, which encompasses things like stress, anxiety, depression, and your overall mental wellness. Then we have organizational wellness, and this focuses on your working environment. How do you balance your work and life environment? How do you balance those 2 out? Then we have finally the fun one, which is social wellness. So what do you enjoy doing? What are your hobbies? What do you do with your friends? And most importantly, how do you involve yourself in the community? How do you reach out to the community? Do you give back to your community? So all of those aspects, there's many more, but these are the essential aspects of wellness because it is a whole spectrum. So all of these topics will be addressed throughout the year in our wellness events and webinars and our newsletter information. So be on the lookout. Now, why is wellness important? Well, for numerous reasons. I'm sure you guys have your own ideas of why wellness is important in your life and why health is important. And it's obvious to all of us that it's an important topic. But specifically, why? So a lot of you probably go out, and I may have been guilty of this as well, and go out and exercise because you want a great body. And that's wonderful. But as you read in the newsletter, it is not the most important benefit of being healthy. So things like increased metabolism. This means you can burn more calories at rest. Your heart will be healthier. You will have more energy, which will increase your productivity at work and in your home life. And research has proven time and time again that healthier individuals are generally happier and have a greater positive outlook. So if you're a happier person, more people may want to hang out with you. You may be able to get more friends out of being healthier. And most of all, good health can prevent hundreds of illnesses and diseases. So therefore, you will be able to live longer if you can prevent these early onset of these diseases and illnesses. Now, you will also notice as you get healthier, you will see your healthcare costs decrease. You will have less visits to the doctor because you will have less illness. You can regulate your blood pressure. You can decrease your blood sugar and cholesterol, so your medication costs will decrease. And you will now have less illness, so you have less time away from work and other activities you enjoy. Also, though, you will be able to decrease back and joint pain. Now, when I say this, A lot of your eyes have probably popped up, and there's a reason for that, because back pain and joint pain is the number one debilitator in the general population. It doesn't matter if you're unhealthy or not. You will have back pain at some point in your life. It's just the way we are made as humans. So less weight in the stomach and stronger muscles mean less pull on your spine and more support, so less back pain. Less weight in general means less force through your joints, so less pain in your joints. So these are all things we will continue to talk about as the year goes on as well. Now, let's talk about current wellness statistics. And, some of these things I might bring up, it may be scary because you may be one of these statistics. Now, the good thing is you can prevent from being one of these statistics, and we'll talk about that later. But as I stated earlier, many of the nation's top illnesses and pathologies can be prevented by improved wellness. And all of these pathologies are continually driving up healthcare costs. So it is becoming increasingly important to pay attention to our individual wellness. So let's take a look at some of these prominent illnesses and pathologies that are related to decreased health and wellness. So the first one, obesity. It's a common word. Many people have heard of it. However, you may not know the definition of obesity, which we'll go over later on. But the important thing is to know that it's becoming an epidemic. Almost 1 in every 3 people are obese in the U.S. And that is becoming more and more prominent. As you look at this graph, the white means less people that are obese. The light blue means less people that are obese. And then we get to the red and the orange where we are now, and it is becoming an epidemic. The population is becoming more and more obese. So one thing we need to be aware of with our current wellness statistics. Next is diabetes. Now, this is another epidemic. 1 in 3 people develop diabetes if the current trend continues. Now, this may be a little scary because personally, a lot of people that I have worked with have had diabetes. So some of you that I'm speaking to currently may have diabetes. But the good thing is that you can improve or blunt your blood sugar levels, your diabetic levels through increased health and wellness. Now, we need to concentrate on this specifically because it's a scary disease, because it can lead to many other complications if it is not regulated, if it is not controlled. Things such as heart disease, blindness, joint pain, loss of limbs due to neuropathy, and all neuropathy is just decreased feeling in the limbs. So something we need to be aware of as well. Now, cancer, it's still very prevalent, even though cures and treatments are improving. And however, most common cancers such as breast, colon, liver, prostate, all of these can be avoided, or chances can be diminished through a healthy lifestyle. As you look at this cancer cycle, many cancers are kind of started or jump-started through acid from stress in our bodies, poor diet, toxic medicines, things like being obese. So things that can all be prevented through health and wellness regimens. Now next, very prevalent still, is cardiovascular disease. And this is still the leading cause of health-related death in Americans. As you can see, the dense red is where where it is most prevalent in the population. You can see Ohio is not faring so well, so it's a thing we need to concentrate on. And cardiovascular disease can easily be avoided through healthy nutrition and exercise, but yet, again, it continues to be the leading cause of health-related death. So now, the golden goose here, healthcare costs. It's being talked about everywhere. So healthcare costs are increasing at a rapid rate, as you can see in this graph, and they are projected to continually increase if we do not start taking care of our individual health. Just over the past 10 years, employee premiums have increased close to 103%. So obviously something that we need to focus on, something more conscious of our health, being more conscious of our wellness. So now that we know our statistics, how do we avoid becoming a statistic? A lot of these can be eye-opening and scary, but the good news is you can continue to do something about it. You can change your past, but it has to be up to you. Now, you're not going to be successful if you just shut your computer and say you're making a change and jump on a bike and try to work out. You must first sit down and assess your lifestyle. What is your vision? Where are you lacking most? What does your daily schedule look like? When can I fit in time for exercise? But you first must look at your vision. You first must assess these things. Then you can plan and make that plan mesh into your life, into your daily schedule. So you must assess and you must plan, and then and only then can you act. It is like building a house. You don't just throw up the walls and go to town. You must first draw a blueprint and lay a strong foundation. So when you're looking at a healthy life, when you're looking to achieve a healthy life and assess yourself, you may then go and set goals for yourself. And make sure when you're setting goals, you focus on what works best for you. Focus on your vision again. If you read in a magazine that all the craze is running stairs and eating cantaloupe, this does not mean you have to do this. Plan to be successful. Personally, I hate running, and personally, cantaloupe makes me gag. So it wouldn't make much sense for me to follow through with that plan. However, I find alternatives that fit into my lifestyle. I love playing basketball. I love other types of fruit. So I play basketball for my cardio, and I eat strawberries and blueberries with my breakfast. So I concentrate on what I enjoy. Concentrate on what you enjoy and what your vision is for yourself, and then incorporate that into your plan for your healthy life. Now, if you take anything away from this webinar, most importantly, pay attention to this slide. We often hear that health and wellness can be a daunting task. Our immediate reaction is to cringe, and this may be an appropriate reaction because our past may not be so wonderful with trying to achieve health and wellness goals. However, this year is your time to make a change. This year is your time to change your ideals on health and wellness. Across the Board and Kings have teamed up to offer you these tools and education so you can be successful. Our tools and education will help support you through your journey to reaching your goals. So again, it is time to let go of your past. You don't have to repeat your past. You have complete control over whether you are successful or not. And again, we are here to support you. We are here to help you achieve your goals. Get together with your friends, work out in groups, set your goals based on true motivators. Things like being fit enough so you can run around and play with your children, being fit enough so you have energy to come home and spend time with your spouse, being healthy enough to where you live long and you can walk your daughter down the aisle. Those are the intrinsic motivators you need to keep on standby so you will be pushed to achieve your goals. I know that you have the ability to succeed, and if you haven't yet, it's not because you can't. It's just because you haven't seen that ability in yourself yet. But this year is different. This year is not your past, and it's time to move forward and truly live healthy. And how are you going to do this? What is Across the Board and Kings offering to help you out? So in order to support you on your health and wellness endeavors, we'll be offering a wide array of services to meet the needs of each individual. It's nice because we're offering a program for the whole Kings Local School District, but our focus is personalization. Our focus is here to support each individual on their health and wellness journey. So as you take a look at this hierarchy, you can see at the base of any successful wellness program, whether it's an individual program or a corporate program, lies baseline data from which to develop your program. So things like health risk assessments, or HRA, and health screenings are very important because they will provide you with data you need. You may think you're healthy, and then after you do this, you're thinking, well, maybe I'm not so healthy. And then they will also provide us data we need to develop an effective program for you. So it is very important to follow through with these things. And then third, wellness education. At the base of any success is education and knowledge. So once you have that base, then you can succeed in your future steps towards your healthy lifestyle. So you can set goals that are specific and measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. And these are called SMART goals. So once you have your data, you look at your data, and then you set these goals based off of that data. And we'll go into SMART goals more in the future. But you can also concentrate on integrating proper nutrition and exercise into your life. You now have the education basics, so you can make your own routine. And then now you can continue on to your new and improved healthy lifestyle and continue to evolve and continue to adapt into the healthy person you want to be. So we will be offering all sorts of tools to help you work your way through this roadmap. Things like newsletters, things like lunch and learns, webinars, things like on-site fitness with the YMCA. We'll be providing health screenings so you will know what your blood pressure is, what your weight is. Do I have high blood sugar? Do I have high cholesterol? That type of thing. And we will be offering wellness events like 5Ks and health fairs and health risk assessments, again, to obtain that baseline data that you need to succeed. And then most of all, we are here for your personal support. We are here to help you achieve what you want to achieve, the goals you want to achieve. So next, that's the $1 million question, right? You need to realize that it is time to make a change. So this goes for everyone. Even if you think you are the healthiest person on earth, there's always room for change. Decide on what you want to focus on first, and it doesn't have to be big, but just focus on one thing. And from there, we make our goals and we support each other. A single individual can finish a race faster, but if we support each other and we go in a group, we are able to go further and we are able to go longer. So support each other. Hold each other accountable for your goals. Let people know what goals you're trying to achieve, because believe me, you will need each other when you have those tough days, when you don't want to exercise. You will need each other. And most importantly, get involved. We will be providing so many resources that normally cost you guys an arm and a leg as individuals. So please take advantage of us. Use everything we throw at you. And don't be afraid to try new things, because we want 2013, 2014 to be your healthiest year to date. So guys, I am excited for this upcoming year. Across the board is excited to see the progress you guys will be making. If you have any questions whatsoever or concerns about your individual health, your individual wellness, or the wellness program, please do not hesitate to contact us. We would love to talk with you. So, it's time to get started today. Read the rest of the newsletter for easy exercise and nutrition tips and healthy recipes. And again, I am so excited to start building a relationship with all you guys and watch the progress you guys are going to make. I have no doubt in my mind you all are going to succeed. So thank you guys, and I look forward to talking with our next webinar.